This is Ghost Watches. I'm Casper, and it's only going to take me a couple minutes to show you all about vintage. We have here the 1926 at sea. It's a vintage style dive watch from a company that's kind of new to the scene called About Vintage. Stumbled across them on my search for a vintage diver. I love the thin bezel, the clear legibility of a vintage diver, and also just the rugged durability. You can go anywhere and do anything. This watch has some great proportions, especially for my 6.5-inch wrist. It comes in at 39 millimeters in diameter with a 47 millimeter lug to lug width. The watch is going to have a 20 millimeter lug width. That center link does stick out a little bit more, which makes the lug to lug about 52 millimeters. But with that heavy taper, it curves around the wrist nicely. The thing that I notice the most is just how thin this is, coming in at 11 millimeters high. The sapphire crystal there does have a slight dome to it. Taking a closer look at the dial there, at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, you have a very nice sandwich dial style marker. Applied indices at the other hour markings. The crown is signed and is screw down. When you pull it out to the second position, the movement stops. It is hacking, and as you've probably noticed, it has a very nice smooth sweep to it. This is actually a quartz movement. It's the Seiko VH31. Not a lot of watches have this movement, but I think it's a really great compromise between the price and affordability and reliability and accuracy of a quartz watch, and the just aesthetic appeal that a mechanical watch has with the smooth sweeping seconds hand. Beyond the dimensions and the proportions of the watch, the first thing that grabbed my attention was this coin-edged bezel and the action that it has. What you can't feel through video is that this has an amazing bolt-like click and snap into place when you turn it. There's not a lot of play in the bezel when you wiggle it back and forth. Just, it feels quality in hand. The watch comes on a brushed bracelet, solid end links, milled out clasp, with a really good locking buckle. You can see the logo there on the buckle. I really like that this bracelet comes with quick release pushers, makes it real easy to swap out with other straps. Speaking of which, this comes with a free leather second strap, quick release pushers as well. Decent suppleness to the leather, really good construction. Taking a look at the case back, this is a numbered series. You can see that case number right there below the central logo. I love how they integrated that into the design. Overall, this is a watch that packs a punch, far above its price point, in my opinion. The case size and proportions, the tactile bezel, the feel of a smooth sweeping movement. So what are the negatives? Well, starting with that movement, I do prefer a mechanical timepiece. Yes, the Quartz is doing a good job of simulating that, and it is nice to kind of grab and go and not have to worry about setting the watch if it runs out of power. But I kind of do miss all the mechanics going on inside the watch. For me, I feel that makes the timepiece just that much more special. The other negative I have with this watch is, although it is 11 millimeters in height, I kind of wish that they had given the case a little more sculpting and finishing, just a little bit of an extra touch. But then again, this is really good for the price point. All in all, you're getting a lot for your money here. In the first 15 minutes of experiencing this watch, from its nice wooden presentation case that came in to the features and design and all the little touches, I feel like this is a great value for money. Keep in mind though, with a brand and a watch like this, you are going to have to deal with the depreciation factor. The watch isn't just not going to hold its value. So if you buy it, do it because you love the timepiece. I'm going to spend a little more time with this watch. I'm actually going to compare it with a couple other vintage divers out there as I make my search for what's going to end up in my collection. So far, the first few moments of experiencing this watch have surprised me, and I bet they'll surprise you too.